did not want to start on a negative note. That was not the intent. So मैं पहले ये कहूँगा कि I think the biggest achievement of this government, of course, JDY. When JDY was launched, the phrase "banking the unbanked" was coined, and thanks to CAIT, and Praveen ji will remember this, and you will also remember this. हमने ये कहा कि मुद्रा is, if JDY is banking the unbanked, Mudra is funding the unfunded. And through all the programs that we ran, this was a principle that got accepted. So coming to the 57 million or 5.7 crore small businesses of the non-corporate kind. And all these phrases have been carefully coined by us, so I insist on using them. The non-corporate sector, I think the biggest achievement again relating to inclusion, including these people, is the launch of Mudra. Mudra is work in progress. It is only 18 months, it's a baby. The potential that this institution has to completely include a huge section of this 5.7 crores is just unbelievable. And but इसमें problems जो आ रहा है, the way it was visualized, the way it is being taken forward, and I'm sure course correction will come because there is political will behind this. The larger number of these people have to be included. When the hawkers of Delhi go to the bank and the banks tell them that no, Mudra is not for you, there is something wrong in the way the communication and the program has been driven. Because Mudra is very much for आप लोग कह रहे हैं cash flow based lending. मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं, there is no business which works more on cash flow than the hawkers business. And that number is not small. It's 4.5 crores, 45 million people living on cash flow. और Mudra banks cannot say कि हम hawkers को loan नहीं देंगे. It is part of no guideline. Nobody has said this. Yet the interpretation is a point of, I'm not blaming the banks. The banks have their guidelines. The banks have their procedures. But जब हम मुद्रा के बारे में सोचते थे, we said please include last mile access to everybody. So Mudra I would consider to be successful when Mudra reaches every gully and corner of the bazaars of India. And if you can do that, there is no other inclusion program which will be more successful than this. If we do this and we have the electronic foundation for that, then every transaction gets captured. Then the inclusion happens even more. आपको याद है कि जब हम when we were with the finance ministry and जब हम बोल रहे थे कि this is the future and why you need to do it because it will increase your revenues. हमने ये भी बोला कि हमको 1 rupee also is not needed to support Mudra. Of course, politically they need to put money in. That's a different matter. But हमने बोला कि 1 रुपया भी नहीं चाहिए. This will be a self-financing ecosystem. No problem. There's enough money in this lending and borrowing and repayment game that an institution of this kind can be created. So, to answer your question in a nutshell, जो हमारा original architecture था, which is last mile financing, access, improve supply of credit. These numbers that we see, 147 institutions and some, whatever, 40 MFIs, these are too small. There can be 1,000 times this number that needs to come up. वो जो बोल रहे हैं 3,500 crores of refinance is, okay, it's a starting point. That's all I can say. It's just too small. So it needs to go, there needs to be the vision of Mudra. कितना दूर जा सकते हैं, कैसे, कितना बड़ा हो सकता है. NABARD after 25 years, sir, is 2.5 lakh crore portfolio. Mudra can be n times NABARD if you want to think like that. But that vision needs to drive it, and that is the piece that we need to take forward to the powers that be.